Hey friends, welcome to another YouTube video. In this video, we're gonna speak about how you can create an outreach process that scales. So the thing out there is that many people try to grow their product by using a sales team. And to be honest, in the B2B world, that's the most ideal way to do it. Well, the problem with that is that you don't know how to scale a sales team. And some of the people out there just create an automated message and send it out there, and most usually they don't get no replies because they won't have done the fundamental work that is needed for a message to work. Or on the other hand, most people create a sales team that doesn't actually work because they can't scale. They try to do too many things. They try to just, over-accomplish. They do too much personalization, and that's not scalable because it's overwhelmingly time-consuming. So in this video, I'll reveal to you my process that I use to book 5 to 10 appointments per week, and that only by using one SDR. So let's start. So this method is inspired by lemlist. I used to work really closely with them, and I believe that they're a great tool out there. The thing is that what they do wrong and what they miss is that sometimes you don't need so much personalization, and they're evangelizing about personalization and showing that personalization is everything, which is absolutely true. But you don't need to be extremely personal to show that someone has the need for the product. So in this method, I use the signals method. And this is what I teach to my clients, to my SDRs, and to the salespeople I train. And the point of this method is that instead of just overcomplicating things, you keep things simple. So how do you start? So the first thing is that you find the indicators and all those signals that would mean that someone from this business would be interested into your product. So it doesn't mean that everybody should be interested for the same reason. Let me give you an example. Someone who is hiring at the growth demand, they would be interested in HR software because they're trying to just onboard fast people and scale their business. Let's take an example of an onboarding software. So in this example, I'd say that your target is companies that are fast growing, companies that are hiring a lot of people, companies that have onboarding issues and a high turnover. So all those things are signals, right? But all those things are different signals. So this is what you need to map out. So instead of having a super personalized approach that's not scalable, what you need to do is create a repeatable outcome. If you find those 5 to 6 signals, you'll still get personalized results, but also you won't get this time-consuming, overwhelming work of finding and analyzing leads. So let me explain more. In my previous example about the HR software, there are different signals that you can find. So for example, when you have really bad Glassdoor reviews, you could definitely say that, you know what guys, this is a big issue that you have, and go and pitch them with that signal. While if those people have a high growth rate, you could say that I figured out and I saw on LinkedIn that you guys are having a high growth rate, and this is why I'm reaching out. So all those different signals yet create the personalization but make it scalable. You don't have to guide your SDR and teach them how to actually find traits and common interests with the prospects. Instead, you have to train them how they find those things that make your product a good fit. So the step number one, in essence, is to just do that. Find the signals and the indicators that would prove need for your product. Step number two, map them out in an Excel sheet. Have them SDRs run through it, and then mark those click rates, open rates, and all reply rates in that Excel sheet so that you can report and find out which signals work best. And then step number three, create methods for each of those signals. So for example, for a signal with high growth rate, you'd say that my product solves this high growth rate issue with this way. While if you do that without this, or if it was Glassdoor, you say that people who use our product see better Glassdoor reviews in 3 months. What you care about is showcasing to the person reading your email that you can actually solve the problem that you've identified they have. That's all you need to do in an outreach email. And if you do that successfully, then you're all done and everything is working. Then the next step is the reporting. So you go back to that spreadsheet and you try to find out which actual signals gave the best answer and the best conversion rate. And what you do with that? Well, that's the key. You turn these into outreach messages. Automated, fully automated outreach messages. Why? Because you see that the market has this need at scale. You see that those people resonate well with your product and they see the value of your product. And then you can incorporate that and get that into an outreach sequence. And that's scalable. And that is where your sales team will benefit and grow faster, more efficiently, and without the headache of having to onboard and hire new SDRs every day. This process to prove results needs at least a quarter. And I'd advise you to stick to it, no matter what results you're getting. The reason is that repetition and staying to the same thing proves much better results than changing them. And that is what I try to evangelize and try to just say to people, just stick to the process and make sure that you make optimizations every time. So if you like this video and you stick to the end, I'd love that you subscribe to my channel because I will be posting more content like this. In my next video, actually, I have a really interesting topic that is buzzword for now and it's puzzling many people. And you know what? It's just the things that have just taken this wrong direction and people are really frustrated and worried about what they're gonna do with their startups, with their companies. So basically, for me, I have done a deep research to understand and find out all the things and all the factors that will play a role in your company's survival. So please subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications button so that you next week see if your company can survive the upcoming crisis. Thanks a lot, keep daydreaming, bye.